So I finally got one done, but this one is being a huge pain in the dick. So now we are wet sanding. And coat it down real good, spray my rag a little more. This is just a red Scotch Brite pad. And we're gonna lather it down real good. We're just gonna keep repeating the process until we get it nice and smooth. Might need another layer or two of primer. The other one's alright. Let's see what this one looks like when we're done. But I doubt I'm gonna paint them tonight because the base coat white's gotta sit for about an hour before I can put some tape on it to go line up the red line. And then after I get the red on it, I can dust the black and wait about 15 minutes and I can spray the clear. But that's still gonna put me out here till like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I don't think I've got that dedication in me today. So this is where we're at. Just rubbing her down. You see, it's all nice and shiny, so that's a good sign. The way it's gonna sit on the car, it's gonna be like this. So this is like the most important part that people are gonna see, and this edge. I mean, you're really not even gonna see the bottom unless you're at that angle. And Lord knows if you're at that angle, you're gonna see a hell of a lot more on Freedom than just this piece. So, but that's where we're at, and I think they're gonna look nice once they're done. So we'll see. This is what it is. I'm doing my best, and that's the best I can do. And that's what the teachers used to tell us. That's a good sign. Yeah. Not too terrible at all. A little bit right there. This should be the passenger side scoop. So, as long as it doesn't have like god awful imperfections, I'm okay with that. Because honestly, I don't like the whole passenger side of the car. Not on purpose, but like, I mean, I was visualizing when I was taping off all the stripes, so I really didn't have a drawing or anything to go by, and it was just kind of close my eyes and see it, and we drew it on with the Expo marker, so that was fun. Everybody made fun of it for a few days while I had Expo marker down the side of it. Everybody thought the kids did it. That was the best part. But no, that was definitely me and my artistic skills. But anyway, the driver's side I laid out the second time, and I like the way the stripes lined up better on the driver's side. So personally, I think the driver's side is the nicest part of the car. So, but I've had other people tell me they like the passenger side better. So I guess it's just a matter of perspective, because the stripes are just a little bit thinner. And then they all kind of go towards the downward angle. So I guess the thought process there was I was trying to make it look like the flag was in motion down the whole car. I said I plan on in the near future redoing the front end. I want to get the vented fenders and a Cervini hood, and I'm really considering the Roush, or the Celine front bumper, not the Roush, the Celine front bumper. But when I initially worked on the car, I got that Cobra bumper. It was busted up, and I was able to get some help and fix that. So I mean, it came out looking pretty good, but for $100, yeah, because the GT bumper that was on it was already all smashed up and pretty banged up. So it sucked to begin with. So we had to get something either way, or put a lot of work into the GT bumper. And personally, I just wasn't a huge fan of the GT bumper. So, but yeah. But anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. I don't even think I'm going to post this video. Let's see how she turned out. I'll wipe it off real good. And this is kind of like a painting tutorial, I guess you could say. I mean, it's a lot easier to paint small parts like this than it is the whole flipping car, especially with clear coat. Clear coat is the hardest part, because if you don't have a lot of light in there, or wherever you're painting that, and I painted in a shed, so I didn't have a whole lot of light. I ended up going to Walmart and buying a couple of these, and had them on sale for like $18. So I put 2 right above the car, and then there was already 1 on each side, and then I had 1 that I just plugged into the wall, and whatever side of the car I was painting on, I put it on that side, so I could see a lot better. And it worked for the most part. I mean, the car came out all right. There's a couple dry spots in it, but eventually I'll get it all buffed out, and I want to get it ceramic coated, but that stuff's stupid expensive. I mean, even with any type of discounts, it's still a lot of money. Which, I mean, I'm not complaining about the money by no means. I just don't have the money to spend on that. Because I mean, I've watched videos on it, and it's, 1, the products themselves are expensive, and 2, if you get somebody to do it and do it correctly, that's a lot of flipping work. So more power to them. Like, I mean, charge what you want to charge. I mean, I don't think I could pull it off. And if I did, I sure as hell wouldn't try on Freedom, because I put way too much work into that car to screw it up with ceramic coating. But I mean, I think eventually I'll have it ceramic coated, but I'm going to try to redo the front end first. The back of the car, I don't really have any complaints with. I don't dislike the passenger side. I just prefer the driver's side, so I'm not going to really repaint the back of the car. I am going to replace the side skirts, because the factory Mustang side skirts are terrible. They're ugly, they're bulky, and the pins are garbage. Like, mine's a little bit loose on it now, but you actually have to like look at it to see it. So again, it wasn't a need before I painted it, and I was really, really, really trying to get the car done for September 11th, so I was on a crunch time. We got a few little spots just from where the primer clumped up on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our 320, and then we're going to find those little spots like that. And what it is just trash from, because these small parts, I got a small can of aerosol primer and filler, and that's all this is. I wasn't going to worry about trying to mix up everything else, because again, these are small little molded and injection molding, I guess is what it's called. So yeah, it was just light pressure, nothing crazy. Boom, gone. See that little dust mark right there? Once you wipe it down and paint it, it'll blend with everything else. 320 is your golden number, is what you're wanting. So, like I said, I'm not going into like crazy detail with these, but I don't want them looking like garbage either, because this will be the top. So you're gonna mainly see this section here, and obviously this, but you're not really gonna see any of that, because I mean, it's really low on the car to begin with. So unless you're under the car, and for the most part, I think myself and Al are about the only 2 that go underneath that. So we got a few little fish eyes here, which I guess is common, because they send some instructions with these. Tell me how I know, because I decided to jump on these before I read the instructions, and it's tried to fish eye all over it. So even though, I got some scrub stuff, that's just what it's called, the black bottle red label scrub stuff, and I got that, and we scrubbed it down really good, wet sanded it with just the red bristle pads. And I don't know proper terms for any of this stuff, okay? I am not a painter. I'm not a body technician. This is literally the first car I've ever worked on. So, but I love this car, and I will do the best I can to make sure the car looks nice, because honestly, like, ever since completing this car, I realized this car means a lot more to a lot more people than just me. So it's really cool. Even at like the Mustang Stampede we went to, we had down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You should go this year if you're not planning on it, if you like Mustangs. But it was nice. We talked to a couple veterans, and there was this one nice older gentleman. He was in the Coast Guard and just telling me all kinds of stories. But that was probably the best part about this car, is hearing all those stories from the old timers. So, but. Well, that was just dust. There we go. And this one's all prepped up. So this was interesting to say the least. I'll let you know how the paint adheres to what we did. And so basically started with what Cervini sent in the box, and got our scrub stuff, got our red pads. I don't even know what the hell these are called. What are these called? 3M Scotch-Brite. Nothing fancy. They come in different colors. The gray ones, honestly, are useless. I don't want to say useless because I probably just don't know how to use them, but they didn't really do anything for me. I had better luck with the red ones, so that's just what I use because it works. So, but anyway, just run over that with some scrub stuff. Make sure prep is key. Like, that is the one thing my dad taught me, was prep is key, because the moment your paint hits it, you're not really going to tell the difference unless it's really bad. If it's really bad, you can see it paint right out the gate. But the moment you start putting down the clear and it starts to look like glass, every imperfection will shine. It's like a spotlight's on it. And especially if the light's on it, then it's going to look really bad. And this will probably end up getting 3 coats of clear, just so it matches the back of the car. I ended up having a little extra clear coat when I painted the car, because I didn't know, again, no freaking clue. Never painted anything. I got a gallon of clear. Only put 2 coats on the front end in the blue. And I put 2 coats on the roof and the trunk lid. And then I had extra left over when I was doing the sides, so I went and put another coat on the sides. And I figured, worst case scenario, it's just an extra layer of protection, and when it comes time to wet sand and polish it, then it's just an extra layer of protection. So, and from what I read online, then in theory, the more coats of clear, the deeper the paint job will be, if that makes sense. So almost kind of like looking through a glass, and I'm excited to see that. So I mean, it's pretty and it shines now, don't get me wrong, but I'm excited to see it when it's wet sanded and buffed out. I've been too nervous to attempt to do that myself, because again, I've worked hard on this car and I have no idea what I'm doing. So it's something else, guys. It's been a journey. I've learned a lot, like a lot, working on this car. So yeah. I'm gonna stop talking now, because honestly, this started as just a quick video because I was gonna send it to my friends, but it somehow ended up into like a sanding tutorial, and I really didn't even give a sanding tutorial. I just kept talking. So, but we'll see, and we're gonna post it, and you guys can laugh at me and tell me I did it wrong or whatever. So, like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're gonna see how it turns out. We'll post some follow-ups after. Probably not a video, because I'm not really a video type of person. So we're gonna try and see. Might be a video, maybe not. I do little short clips for TikTok. So my attention span's about 60 seconds long. All right, bye.